Did you know that political decisions affect every part of your life, from the food you buy to the schools your children attend? In fact, most people don't realize how much politics shapes their world. Studies show that nearly 80% of your day-to-day choices are influenced by laws and policies, yet only 1 in 5 Americans can name all 3 branches of government. That's a huge gap. Here's a shocker. Your vote can decide everything from your healthcare to your taxes, and yet nearly 40% of eligible voters don't bother casting one. Think about it. You're making life-changing decisions without even knowing it. So, why should you care about political science? Because it's not just for politicians or law students. It's about understanding how the systems work that shape your life, and how you can use that knowledge to make better decisions. In this video, we'll explore why politics isn't just some far-off subject, it's a crucial tool for understanding the world around you. From voting to global trade, you'll learn how political science impacts your wallet, your rights, and your future. Stick around, and let's dive into why knowing this stuff matters more than you think. Chapter 1. The power in your vote. More than a civic duty, voting is often seen as just a civic duty, but it's so much more than that. Did you know that your vote can shape local schools, public safety, and healthcare in ways that affect your daily life? According to a 2020 study, local elections have a bigger impact on your everyday life than national ones. You're not just picking a person, you're choosing policies that can change your community. Political science helps you understand the long-term effects of your vote. It teaches you how different policies influence everything from the roads you drive on to the schools your kids attend. But here's a fun fact, about 1 in 5 Americans don't vote. Why? Many say they don't feel their vote matters. That's why political scientists urge us to think beyond the election day. It's about understanding the power of your choices, even when they don't seem so big. A simple decision today can have lasting consequences tomorrow. Chapter 2. Policy, Profits, and People. How decisions affect your wallet. Ever wonder how government policies affect your wallet? It's more than taxes or social benefits. Political science reveals the hidden impacts of decisions on your daily finances. Take healthcare for example. In 2010, the Affordable Care Act changed insurance options for millions. Without understanding the policy behind it, you might have missed how it affected your premiums, deductibles, or even your choice of doctors. Politics also influences what you pay for products. When tariffs are introduced or removed, it can change prices at your local store. For instance, the US-China trade war affected everything from electronics to food prices. Political science teaches you how these decisions are made and how they directly impact your purchasing power. In fact, a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that tariffs in the 2018 trade war led to a $1.4 billion cost increase for American households. The next time you pay for something, remember, those policies you hear about in the news? They might be why your bill looks the way it does. Chapter 3. Crisis or Opportunity. How political science helps you read between the headlines. When the news hits, it often feels like a whirlwind. Crisis after crisis. But political science helps you take a step back and see the bigger picture. It shows you the roots of problems like economic downturns, climate change, or wars. It doesn't just focus on the event itself, but why it's happening and how it affects you. For instance, did you know that the 2008 global financial crisis was caused in part by poor political decisions around banking and regulation? Understanding those decisions can help you avoid similar mistakes in your own financial life. Political science teaches you how to read beyond the headlines and recognize underlying issues. When you understand the why, the what becomes clearer. It's about seeing the long-term consequences. Experts agree, understanding the politics behind the news makes you a better informed citizen. And who doesn't want to make smarter decisions? If you're enjoying these insights, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more eye-opening content on how politics affects your life. Chapter 4. The Invisible Web. How political systems shape your identity. From the moment you're born, politics influences who you are. Whether it's the way you're educated, the rights you're granted, or even how you interact with others, politics plays a huge role. Think about it, political systems affect social norms, your opportunities, and your community. For example, countries with universal healthcare like Canada and the UK have very different views on health than the US. These views shape not just policy, but public attitudes toward healthcare. Political science digs into these impacts. It shows how political decisions shape gender roles, education systems, and even your cultural identity. Consider the civil rights movement in the US. It wasn't just about the laws being changed, it was about a shift in how society viewed race and equality. The lessons from this can still be seen today. Politics and identity are deeply connected. Understanding these systems can help you appreciate the world around you. It allows you to see how your political identity is not just about who you vote for, but about how you relate to others in society. Chapter 5, A Voice for the Voiceless, How Political Science Fuels Social Movements. One of the most powerful tools you have as a citizen is your voice. Political science isn't just about understanding government, it's about understanding how to change it. Think of social movements like Black Lives Matter, #MeToo, or environmental campaigns. These movements didn't start from nothing, they were fueled by a deep understanding of political systems and how they can be challenged. Political science teaches how to read power structures and how to use those structures for change. Social movements often rise when people realize that the system doesn't serve everyone equally. In fact, studies show that movements with strong political strategies tend to succeed faster. For example, the civil rights movement used the courts, media, and local governments to push forward their agenda. Every protest, every march, and every petition is a lesson in political science. It's about knowing where to apply pressure and how to make your voice heard in a system that sometimes seems too big to change. Chapter 6, Beyond Borders, How Global Politics Shapes Your Local Life. Here's something that might surprise you. What happens in another country can directly affect your life. You might think of global politics as something that only impacts diplomats or world leaders. But every time a trade deal is signed or a country goes to war, it sends ripples that affect you. Take the global supply chain. Political decisions in countries like China, India, or Mexico influence the products you buy, the prices you pay, and even your job prospects. When tariffs are imposed, prices rise. When international laws change, new opportunities, or challenges, emerge. Political science helps you connect these dots, understanding how international politics shapes the world you live in. For instance, when Brexit happened, it didn't just impact the UK. The global economy felt it. American farmers, for example, faced uncertain trade relationships with the UK. It's why political scientists always look beyond national borders. They know that the world is interconnected. Understanding this global perspective makes you a more informed citizen, one who sees how local events are part of a bigger picture. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and stay updated with more insights on how political science impacts your everyday life. Final thoughts. So, why does political science matter? Because it's not just about politicians in suits or abstract policies. It's about you. It's about your life, your finances, your community, and the world you live in. Politics is everywhere. Whether you're voting, buying groceries, or fighting for social change, political science is the lens through which you can see it all more clearly. Understanding political science isn't just for experts. It's for everyone who wants to make smarter decisions, shape their future, and create a better world. You have the power to change things, but only if you understand how the system works. And that's why political science matters in your life.